Hello, friends. Mrs. Lagan back in the library with a new book to share with you. And maybe you've heard it before. It's called Stellaluna. And it's about a fruit bat. And we learn a lot about friendship and kindness, as well as it's probably good to be who we are and not try to be somebody we're not. But before I start Stellaluna, I wanted to start with a few fun facts about bats from this book, Creatures in the Night. Now it does talk about other animals of the night, but I wanted to focus on bats. And at the end of our whole story, I'm going to show you a surprise. So I hope you'll enjoy our time together today. Some of the strangest creatures of the night are bats. These special mammals are the only animals in the world that have both wings and fur. Many animals have fur, but they don't have wings. Many insects have wings, but they don't have fur. They have feathers instead of fur. A bat's wings are made of a very thin, soft skin called a membrane. This membrane stretches between the bones of the fingers and between the bat's legs and arm bones. Most bats also have a tail membrane, and it stretches between the bat's legs. Bats use the claws on their feet, you'll see that in Stellaluna, to hang upside down. Can you imagine? That's how they sleep during the day. Some sleep in caves, others sleep in trees or in empty buildings. Sometimes bats sleep in attics. At night they fly outside to hunt for food. Most bats eat fruit as well as the insects that fly at night, like mosquitoes, moths, and gnats. Aren't we happy about that? Bats catch these insects as they fly through the air, and it's so cool. They actually make a tent and sweep through the night like a broom, catching the bugs between their tail membrane. And then they bend it up, head down, and eat all the insects that they catched, like a basket. And this is amazing. To take a drink, don't try this at home. Bats fly low over a pond or lake, skim the surface of the water with its lower jaw. How cool is that? Bats have tiny eyes and poor eyesight, yet they're excellent flyers. And how do they fly at night without bumping into things? That's a great question. They use something called echolocation. Echolocation. And here's how it works. A bat has large ears to help it hear very well, and as the bat flies, it makes a special sound that kind of echoes out. People can't hear it, but the bat can, and each sound bounces off a flying insect back to their ears so they can hear and know exactly where that insect or object is. That's why bats are such good flyers. They can find their way around on the darkest nights. Isn't that interesting? And they live over every climate except the polar regions. And you know how many there are? Out of 4,000 species of mammals on Earth, a quarter of them are bats. Isn't that fascinating? There's nearly 800 of them. So it's very fun. So on to our story, Stellaluna. In a warm and sultry forest far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her tiny, soft baby. "I'll name you Stellaluna," she crooned. And each night Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. Right here. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. An owl is a predator for bats, and on silent wings that powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were limp and useless as wet paper, so down, down she went, faster and faster into the forest below. The dark leafy tangle of branches that caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny little foot, and wrapping her wings around her, she clutched that thin branch, trembling, though, with cold and fear. "Mother," Stellaluna squeaked, "where are you?" By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer, so down again she dropped. What? Flump! Stellaluna landed head first in a soft, downy nest, startling 3 baby birds who lived there. 1, 2, 3. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. Because she's a bat, of course. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flutter. "Shh, here comes Mama," hissed Pip. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Now Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though the little bat could bear it no longer, she climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna still liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping tightly the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant! You're going to fall and break your necks!" Oh. The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. "You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house." Stellaluna promised. Oh, she ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved as a good bird should. All the babies grew quickly, and soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. "I'm just like them," thought Stellaluna. "I can fly too." Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same. Whoa! How embarrassing. Oh. "I will fly all day," Stellaluna told herself. "Then no one will see how clumsy I am." The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home, and they flew for hours, exercising their new wings. "The sun is setting," warned Flitter. "We'd better go back home or we'll get lost in the dark," said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The 3 anxious birds went home without her. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached, and she dropped into a tree. "I promised not to hang by my feet," Stellaluna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near. "Hey," a loud voice said. "Why are you hanging upside down?" Stellaluna's eyes popped open wide. She saw a most peculiar face. "I'm not upside down, you are," Stellaluna said. "Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You are hanging by your thumbs, so that makes you upside down," the creature said. "I'm a bat. I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up." Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see this strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs? Stuttered one. You slept at night? Gasped another. How very strange, they all murmured. Wait. Let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you? She asked. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, Oh, you're Stellaluna! You're my baby! You escaped the owl, cried Stellaluna. You survived? Yes, said Mother Bat as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. Oh, but it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree, dropped into the deep blue sky, and Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Soon the bats found a mango tree, and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. I'll never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, said Stellaluna. Okay, let's go, said Pip. They hang by their feet and they fly at night, and they eat the best food in the world, Stellaluna explained to the birds on their way. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stellaluna said excitedly. We're going to fly at night. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Uh-oh, Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. I can't see a thing, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. Ah, shrieked Flap. Oh, no, they're going to crash, gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air, lifted them to the tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. Whoa, we're safe, said Stellaluna. Then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike, mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike, wondered Pip. I think it's quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stellaluna, but we're friends, and that's a fact. And that's the end of Stellaluna. I hope you enjoyed it, and you'll enjoy my surprise that I'm going to share with you in a minute. See you in a minute. Hi, friends. This is my surprise. I'm outside my house to tell you about what I have discovered. I have brown bats that eat insects, not like Stellaluna, who only ate fruit. We have brown bats because we're in a much cooler climate, and those fruit-eating bats generally are from much warmer climates, and New England is not one of those. But I'm going to show you evidence that will help you discover if you have brown bats in your neighborhood or by your house. And if you do, you are most fortunate. Do you know that these small brown bats actually eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes an hour, that size bug, because it's not just limited to mosquitoes, but any smaller insect like mosquito. and they could eat up to 6,000 to 8,000 a night. So see why I'm so thrilled I have them? You'll certainly enjoy your porch a lot more if you're fortunate enough to have these guys around. So pay attention and see what you could learn about if you have bats. This is called guano. It's actually bat poop. And it's actually quite prized for fertilizer for your plants, which of course this won't help in my garden, but you can buy it, I think, at grocery agricultural stores. They get them from the bat caves and places where lots of bats live. But you can see how there's your evidence. There's bats. See the poop on the leaves? Now I'm going to try to show you where they are under my shingle up there, up under the, you can see maybe there's a shadow. You can't see through because there they are up there. And I think they have babies because there's a lot more there than were before. Can you see them moving? Anyway, that was my surprise for you. And I hope you enjoyed our visit today and that we can look forward to meeting you again. Bye.